Anime. My bitch watch for a day.
Mongo. Read that Mongo backwards.
I'd say it's probably on the same quality as the original song.
Yeah. Actually, might make a little more sense.
Maybe.
Except we don't have like impressive visuals to like drive the narrative of it forward. Instead, it's just pair of pasty white dudes on a black couch. Just someone may misconstrue that. It's just like, oh, these two white men sitting on top of a black couch. It's just an example of white dominance over and black subservience.
Am I really that pasty? I don't think
Not really.
I look kind of red for some reason.
I think it's the shirt.
Maybe. Just my face looks kind of red. It's weird. I don't know.
Well, anywho, we have the next episode of Goblin Slayer episode. It's Goblin Slayer episode 4, and it looks like we're going to be getting some action in this episode because we were introduced to the newest party members: the High Elf, the Dwarf, and the Lizardman. So I'm interested to see where we go from here, and I'm also interested to see the skills of all these different new party members because the elf, she's a talented archer. We saw that with her double headshot last episode.
Mhm.
Impressive, by the way, even though technically impossible, but hey, suspension of disbelief because anime. I'm wondering what the Lizardman is going to do because I think the Lizardman is actually like a holy man.
I don't know.
Because he
was
does
the one
like
I couldn't really read very well, but I couldn't really read the dwarf very well either. I mean, the dwarf could just be like a Gimli type character.
Yeah,
he might just be
I think
shit.
he's a bard. I think he might be a bard slash.
I didn't see any instruments he had on him or anything.
True.
But I didn't really see what his weapon was either. So
well,
we'll have to see. I guess.
I guess so, and we still don't have names for these characters, and that's fine. That's fine. I've gone through anime in the past without knowing character names, except for Boobs McKenzie, Boobs Hemingway, and Booby McBoobster. And in case you were wondering what anime I was watching, I watched the first 10 minutes of Club Aiken. Good.
I have no idea what that is. But what I was going to say is if we do like a standard party layout type thing, so we have our priestess, which is the healer.
Yes.
We have Goblin Slayer, which is the warrior / knight.
Yes.
We have the archer elf.
Yes.
So dwarves, a lot of times, are going to be like paladins, or
that could be a thing.
I don't know. He could be like a berserker. He may be like an engineer or something. I don't really know.
Yeah. Or the Lizardman could be the paladin.
The Lizardman, I'm kind of thinking he said something about that scroll that sounded like he might have known more about it than the rest of the group or something. So he could actually be a caster of some sort. Damn. He could be their caster.
We'll have to see. I mean, because I'm interested to see what they do. I am. I mean, because this show has me. That's all I can say right now. This show has me. From the very shocking first episode up until now it's been pretty tame.
Yeah. Well, at least the last episode was very tame compared to the first two.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, the first one was very not tame. The second one was,
The second one was.
It was more implied that horrible shit happened than it was actually showed in the second one.
Yeah, and also we had once again, I need to mention this, a tasteful amount of side boob and butt. Because honestly, outside of that, I can't really think of a plot device for her character except for her to just be there for him. That's all I can really think of right now. That's the only character I really have a problem with. That, and she's freakishly strong because she pulls that wagon all by herself all the way to town.
That is true.
That's actually... Hey, give her a sword. Give her a mace. Let her crush a few goblin skulls.
So, I mean, I've moved a small cart of stuff for my mom that was like gardening shit.
Yeah. That
definitely could not avoid as much as that wagon did, and it was an effort to move up a hill that I moved it up. And
yeah, the biggest one
I've pretty impressive.
The biggest one I ever done was I did a strongman competition back in like high school, back when I was at like my physical best, and I pulled a truck. I pulled a Ford F-150 on a the grade of the hill was like not much. It was like that, and we had to pull it as far as we could. There was a rope tied to a tree at the other end of the parking lot, and we were allowed to use that as a something to help us. And before my legs gave out, I pulled it about halfway across the parking lot, and I was happy about that. I was just like, yeah.
I guess though the heaviest things that I've pulled were at the grocery store because I pulled some heavy ass carts and pallets across the store there.
Yeah.
Especially like the juice cart on a couple of nights, like when the juice was very empty the night before.
Yeah.
And they refilled it. Like that thing is like a effort. Like there's a couple nights where it's like 2 people had to push it even though it's on wheels. Yeah. And then like a couple nights where the pet food pallet was like fucking, bags were stacked like this high, and it's like I nearly like fucking injured myself pulling it out with the pallet jack. But,
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
So, has this ever happened to you? I know it hasn't, because if it has, you probably wouldn't be here.
I never drove a forklift.
Ding.
Fail.
It keeps going and going.
Oh,
and
shit.
Going. Oh.
If that guy is alive, he is fired as fuck. Oh, no. Oh, no. It keeps getting worse. God damn it.
Hey, at least this side's okay.
It's not saying much.
I'll have to include that video. I'll have to put that down there.
God damn, man.
I know, right?
If that dude's fired as fuck.
Oh, dude, no doubt.
Pretty
no doubt
much
about it.
like that factory or whatever that warehouse is.
He's fired.
Well, that warehouse is possibly out of business because, I mean, that's a lot of money to replace your entire fucking stock pretty much.
Gosh.
Hopefully that was a large facility and that was just a percentage of their
small
stock.
Portion of it.
Yeah, and there was like multiple warehouses in that facility.
Yeah.
But if that was like their only stuff that they had, it's like that place is like
dead.
Now out of commission for like weeks.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah.
They're done. Okay, well,
somebody got canned for that.
Yeah, shit canned.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got this episode queued up here. Let's give it a watch.
何すんの?
奴らは匂いに敏感だ。特に女、子供、エルフの匂いには。
いやよ、こいつ止めてよ。慣れますよ。
Jesus.
She just barfed.
Good shit. Good shit.
It's gonna be crazy if there's some like twist halfway through and it does like a Amory Wars type deal where we actually zoom out to the dudes playing this fucking game like at a table.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
まだ息が早く奇跡を。はい。ゴブリンスレイヤーさん。殺して。
分かっている。
こいつは。
何を勘違いしているのだか知らないが角に知って
Oh, he's a summoner.
Oh, dude.
Nice. Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Something big. Is it a hobgoblin? My God. He's the dumbest badass I've ever seen.
上位種がいるのは分かりきっていたが貴様も魔人将とやらも知らん
I think you might just be insulting him, honestly.
Maybe. Yeah, there you go, girl. Good. Very good. Uh-oh. Oh!
Right in the eye.
It's kind of hard to see. Kind of hard to see without a friggin' eye, ain't it? Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Ooh!
Oh,
Ow. Hacks! I call hacks.
he's still blind. Nope, he's not. Never mind. Hacks.
Is it a reflection spell? Ooh! Oh!
It was something.
What the hell? What the hell was that? Oh. Right down the middle of his face. I've heard of a facelift, but that's a face like removal. So yeah, a scroll that is attached via gateway to the bottom of the damn sea. No wonder it diced that son of a gun up.
Yeah.
I mean,
blew out the fireball and everything.
Yeah. It was just, I thought it was a reflection spell. Like he was going to open it up, it was going to absorb it, and he was just going to be like, "Oh, here you go.
Yeah,
you
just
can have
turn
it back
on his face, pretty much."
Yeah.
Which might not have even killed him, honestly.
Maybe.
But that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. I didn't expect it either. So, all right, I'm glad we got some more action in this one, and also, it seems like Goblin Slayer knows what he's doing, because when he was approaching that elf girl, and she was like muttering "kill," I thought she was like saying "kill me." But
yeah,
then,
I thought that's what it was gonna be too. It's like "kill me."
Yeah, but then all of a sudden it was "kill this thing."
Yeah, kill this thing.
And then it comes out of the hole in the wall, and he just like destroys it.
All of them.
Yeah, and he's just like.
She was obviously pretty pissed off about whatever happened to her.
Well, what do you think happened to her? I mean, what happened to that one girl?
Awful things.
Oh, honestly. Yeah. All sorts of awful things. And, yeah. That's, I guess it just goes to show you, don't piss off the Goblin Slayer. He will fuck your shit up.
Okay, random Japanese again, but I'm pretty sure if you look at the right block of kanji and then the very bottom left one, it's like the go over to the right side. That one. I think that's ni.
Ni.
Yeah, because I think that's the one that goes with the hon that I said earlier, so to make nihon.
Nihon.
Yeah.
Well, nihon is
I think that's what it looks like. I can't remember because there's a lot of them that are just kind of like box shapes. Because obviously the one up and to the right of it, and then the one up above that.
This one's like a trident. This one's a J with 2 wings.
I've seen that before, but I can't remember what that is.
This one's a pound sign, except it's upside down.
I've seen that before too, and I can't remember what it is right now.
This is a hot.
I've also seen the one above that one that you said was like a pound sign.
This one?
Yeah, I've seen the one right above that. I've seen that.
Okay.
But it's like a lot of these I haven't necessarily for sure seen. The one that is on the left side, 4 rows down on the first one.
Right here?
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Okay.
The one to the right of it, you can tell has... Because they build them out of different things. Like, you'll see other shapes from other quote-unquote letters, like kanji, katakana, and stuff, like in the kanji.
Yeah.
And so the one that's in the middle of that row that you have the pointer on, that has like the shape for nani in it, but it's
Nani?
a different kanji overall.
Okay. And well, the more you know.
Yeah, I mean, just some random Japanese with the Nick. I don't really know what I'm talking about 100% yet, but I'm working on it.
Well, so
I have a streak of.
You talked about this being a D&D game.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest D&D game you've ever been involved in?
So I have 130 days of Japanese that I've done so far.
Damn.
The weirdest one was probably at ETSU.
Okay.
With a group of people I played there that was really fun to play with. They were from the digital media group, and I forgot how I actually met them. I can't remember at all how I met them now. That's weird. But anyways, I joined up with a group of guys that was playing down there, and we had some really eccentric guys in the group to start with. Like one guy I actually watched chase a squirrel up a tree at ETSU. Anyways, he also dropped his 100-sided dice in the grass while he was doing it too. We had to fucking the grass was kind of tall around the tree, so we had to dig around to find his 100-sided dice.
Did he find it?
Yeah, we found it.
Thank God.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh shit!"
Like, no.
It's like, this is why you don't chase squirrels up trees, Zach.
Yeah, and he's just like, but I'm a dog at heart.
But if Zach happens to ever watch this, I think that was his name. Then hey, what's up? I haven't seen you guys in forever. I didn't really keep in contact with any of the guys from that group, but the game, the dungeon master for that group, ran it in a way that he didn't mind if we just, we could come up with crazy shit, and it was stuff that was not necessarily within the given rule set, and he'd be like, roll for it, and just let us do weird ass things.
Yeah.
Like, I remember there was some crazy shit that happened on a ship. It was like somebody wanted to do something that was just like off the wall as fuck, and he's like, roll for it. And I remember they got their roll on it, and he's like, all right, so you do this amazing fucking thing. But the one that really cracks me up was he had planned a boss for a particular day of the campaign. And it was supposed to be a really difficult fight, like one of our first really difficult fights, right? But I'm playing as a sorcerer. And he was letting us kind of bend the rules to an extent and be like, so if we can basically give him a train of logic as to why we think something would work, he'll let us roll for it. And as long as we get a really good roll, then he'll be like, all right, that happens, So it was a dervish, which is basically just a whirling, like, elemental made of swords and blades and shit, basically like a blade tornado type thing just coming at you with no particular entity actually visible that's wielding them.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, so could you consider all of these swords and blades and shit an artifact, essentially? I think it was like artifacts. And he was like, yeah, essentially, yeah. And I was like, all right, so I have two things here in my repertoire. I have chain spell that can chain a spell from one thing to another thing, and I have shatter artifact. It's like, so what if I were to chain shatter this dervish? And he's like, just go ahead and roll for it. 20. And he was like, are you fucking shitting me? And he's like, roll again. 20. And he's like, okay, well, fucking, that was my boss for the day, and it just exploded into pieces all over the floor. So I was just like, I've done that more than once too, where I've like
gotten a perfect roll.
Yeah, just like I've done like kind of not necessarily 100% like, I guess I'm trying to think of the word for it, just normal things, Yeah. I'm just like, what's an interesting way I could use my kit, And like usually it's I'm playing a sorcerer or a wizard or something, It's like, what's an interesting thing I could do with this? And I've fucked up some enemies and campaigns a couple times that way. Yeah. I have a habit of like face rolling huge monsters that were supposed to be difficult.
That's usually how it goes, man.
Yeah.
It's usually how it goes.
It's like usually DMs like have a habit of fucking over the party, and I'm the guy that comes in and
Fucks over the DM.
I'm just like, fuck your giant monster.
Yeah, it's like I see your giant monster and I
raise you 420.
Shatter. I shatter.
It's not necessarily within the rule sets all the time, but like if they have house rules that let me do stuff, then I'll try it.
Hey, bend the rules, however,
sometimes
whatever works for you, man.
Yep. There was a work in a campaign that I played with. There was like one guy from the same group, but I think it was mostly a new group of people that I went and played with. This is a funny group too, because I remember there was this kid sitting at the other side of the table from me. And it's college age kid, obviously, but
yeah,
like,
of course.
He was like the most kid looking guy out of the group, and he was definitely the nerdiest guy out of the group looking dude. And he was on his phone, and the people were like, well, hurry up, like get off your phone, And he's like, hold on, I'm texting a bitch. And I was just like, all right.
Well, I wonder what she'll think of you calling her a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. But,
it's like, what's her number? I'm not telling you. Damn.
But anyways, there was an orc. There was like a group of orcs, and I rolled some ridiculous roll on like a fear spell on an orc.
Yeah.
And essentially, like, I made the orc just piss all over himself and run screaming. It was pretty good. Because it was like one of those things where he was like, I made the roll for it, and it was like a really high roll, and he was like, all right, roll for like the effect or something. I can't remember exactly how it went, but I rolled like really high, or like a 20.
Oh my God.
It's just like the orc like whizzes all over himself as he runs from you screaming. Yeah, because it was one of those things. It's like it's an orc. It's supposed to be really hard to intimidate an orc, even with like a magic spell. It would at the most be like, kind of make him taken aback. But it was like extremely effective for some reason.
Yeah. Hey, whatever works, man. I mean, it worked for you, didn't it?
Yeah.
So play the game.
That's why I want to play like a campaign with you guys sometimes, so I can see if
you're gonna wreck.
If my weird luck keeps working out for me just doing ridiculous shit.
God, that'd be funny as hell.
I don't even put that much thought into like my builds and stuff, because I know there's people that like have like most effective builds for D&D campaigns is like overthrow your asshole dungeon master with these broken ass builds, and I'm just like, I just kind of look at it and I'm like, yeah, it sounds useful. Yeah, I'll take that. That sounds pretty useful. Yeah, let me get one of those. And then like as I'm sitting there, I'm just looking at it real close. Like everybody else is like doing their thing, and I'm the kind of the wizard sitting in the corner. I'm like, how am I gonna fuck this boss up? And it's like, that'll work. It's like, let's try this. And half the time it works stupendously.
There you go. All right. Well, we've been going on this one for a little while, so we hope you have enjoyed what you've seen here. This was Goblin Slayer episode 4. So if you are interested in seeing more of this, then feel free to head down to our Patreon. Probably have the next episode posted on there already, so if you want to check that out. Also, if you want to check out if you also want to check out the unedited version of this, there's also a tier on the Patreon for that, so you can subscribe for that and get access to all of our unedited reactions in their entirety. No hassle, no bullshit. So anyway,
I actually just kind of thought about it. That scroll thing he did is kind of the sort of shit that I usually
pull
in D&D campaigns.
I can somehow. There you go. So I guess until next time, signing off. I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
And we will see you all in the next one. Peace out.